Look, I'll tell you this without any genetic testing required. If you exercise and afterward you're starving, that's probably not the right thing. If you exercise and you're fatigued all day, that's probably not the right thing.
Did you push record?
Thanks again for tuning back into our second act with Paige and Silka. We're continuing our conversation with Kurt Johnson, the co-founder and CEO of Simplified Genetics, a company that is absolutely revolutionizing the way we approach fitness and weight loss. So Kurt, welcome back. Thanks for staying over.
Hey, it's my second act now, right? So.
Well, in our last segment, you gave us the background of how you came up with this concept. So tell us, what is the test? How does it work, and what do how does this help give us the answers to what we need?
So genetics is pretty simple. We use a cheek swab. So, just swab the inside of your cheek, and we use a fairly sophisticated mechanism which to analyze your genes, called the Sanger 500 base pair method, which is far more accurate than the common, super cheap genetic analysis called SNP analysis. And I don't need to go into the science. I mean, if people want to know, reach out to me. I'll bore them with all the science they want. My point is, we use 500 base pairs and we replicate the results in the lab before we send them out. Why? Because that's the only way I can ensure that it's accurate. Because with genetic analysis, as long as it's accurate, you only have to do it once in your life. Genes don't change. So you're one and done with this. So cheek swab, send it in, 2 or 3 weeks, you get a report. Now, genetic analysis is great. If I say, okay, your polymorphisms are this, that, and the other thing at a particular loci, you're going to be like, what? Right?
Yeah.
It's not going to help you at all. And in fact, our first iterations of the reports were really science heavy because I wanted people to understand the science. No one read them.
No one really, yeah. They just want the results.
Right. Well, the results don't matter either. No one knows what to do with them, right? So what matters? Knowledge without action has no power. So what I need to do is give people actionable information. And that's really what sets us apart from any other genetic company, besides our methodology of sequencing and the algorithm, which is comprehensive, looking at the genes together, really our output. Being able to execute this information, being able to answer the big 3 questions: what should I do? What should I eat? What should I take? That really makes all the difference in the world.
Let me ask you a question then. And again, speaking, specific to our demographic, and I say I bring everything that I go through myself. And I mean, I have been fit all my life, but it's now things are changing again. It is harder to lose certain, weight that's put on. A lot of it is hormone based. How does that play into it? When you say you tested once, but would we still do the same as we're older than when we were younger?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have to break it apart a little bit. On the do response, okay, when you exercise, you create catecholamines, and they come in 2 flavors, either high intensity or low intensity. Now, that's a moving target. If you and I are in the same class or doing the same exercise, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Your body is agnostic. It doesn't care what you're doing. It matters. It just cares what you're doing does to you. If you and I are doing the exact same thing, and we have different cardio conditioning, what we are doing identical might be high intensity for me and low intensity for you, or vice versa. That's a moving target. Genetics doesn't change with age, and honestly, metabolism doesn't change with age either. That was proven a few years ago by University of Minnesota. Now, hormones is an issue for you and for me as they change, and there's things you can do to naturally combat that as well, or at least equalize that. But a lot of it is just, the lifestyle changes and whatnot. Genetics provides a shortcut to be able to just really interact with your body. Look, the older we get, some of the benefits are wisdom and also knowing our own body, right? So genetics, our only product is your body's instruction manual. It should have been in the box, but it wasn't. So we give you this and tell you what to do, eat, take. How you interpret it is up to you. So again, I need 7 out of 10 workouts to need to be an hour and for low intensity, right? It doesn't matter if I'm doing yoga or kung fu or bike riding, and the beautiful thing to me, the liberating thing to me, is I can do all things. I love doing lots of things, right? Variety is the spice of life to me. So I can do something different every day as long as I'm creating the right kind of catecholamines for my body. I need 3 out of 10. I need high intensity for a short period of time, like 30 minutes. Again, it can be whatever. It can be sparring or sprinting or swimming. It can be anything. But again, and that's what's so exciting is we don't have a pony in the race. Do what you love. Do, or at least do what you like to do. Do it safe. And I say that because no matter how good something is for you, if you don't enjoy it, you won't do it for long. Most people simply don't have that discipline.
Right.
On the eat side, we give you your fat sensitivity and glucose sensitivity, how many carbs and fat you can absorb, and that macronutrient footprint. We give you meal plans because I don't want people counting calories. No one in the world has to count calories. No one in the world has to work out every day. I train every day because I'm a martial artist. And let me throw a couple other facts for you. There's not one healthy diet that works for everyone. There's not one healthy exercise program that works for everyone. The world is not flat. One size doesn't fit all. And it's been frustrating. You can probably tell I'm a passionate guy. It's been frustrating that the fitness world is holding on to this archaic suffering is cool type mentality. Clinicians and some weight loss clinics are finally starting to get it. It's not calories in, calories out. But it's been a really slow go. It's been very hard to get people to understand. But it's not a question of if, it is when. Everyone will use this type of analysis. Hopefully they use ours, but as other companies start to improve their accuracy and improve their output, again, the genie won't go back in the bottle. This is the time to change, and it is so liberating. I invite everyone to check it out. Look, I'll tell you this without any genetic testing required. If you exercise and afterward you're starving, that's probably not the right thing. If you exercise and you're fatigued all day, that's probably not the right thing. I gave an analogy earlier in the last segment about a flashlight in your ear. If you're shining a flashlight in your ear, there's a side effect. Fatigue and cravings are side effects of that. So a free takeaway without any analysis is start to experiment. Start to listen to your body. If you do the right thing, you'll feel good. You won't be starving. You'll be balanced. If you're doing the wrong thing, you'll be imbalanced. So you can do that. You can either experiment or you can get tested once in your life and know.
Well, how much does it run?
Let's see, it's $4.99 or the $3.99 retail. Sorry, we lowered our prices because we've been growing. $3.99 retail, and I'm happy to offer you your fan base a special discount if they'll give me a little bit of feedback. So what I like to do is I like people to test the system and let me know how it works. Let me know obstacles. I'm a martial artist, so I believe in Kaizen, that principle of constant self-improvement. The only way I can do that is from people going through the process and giving me feedback so I can continue to improve our offerings to help more people.
Well, and when you think of it, I know, again, in my case, I've spent, how much money have I spent on vitamins that I have no idea if they're working or not,
right?
On different stuff. So it's something you can certainly rationalize when you have the answer. We have that roadmap. I mean, I'm fascinated by it, and I know that I have taken the test, and I'm anxious. Pardon?
It didn't hurt, right?
It didn't hurt. No, it didn't hurt at all. Yeah, the swab, and I'll talk about that more on our show as well. So I'm anxious to hear or just to see what the results are. I'd love to hear that I'm not the high intensity person because I always thought I was because I'm ready not to be so intense.
Let's find out. Like I said, it's really across. 8% of women need 50-50. The majority of women, 46%, need 60% low intensity, 40% high intensity. 19% need just high intensity. So I know all these amazing facts after 11,000 people tested. I just can't tell by looking. And that's the beauty of genetics. You get tested once and you're done. And then it's just execution.
Yeah. Well, the takeaway message I would love to get, to whoever is frustrated, doesn't know what to do and is ready to give up. Maybe this test is the answer to, get over that plateau or hurdle and take charge of their, health again. Any last minute words before we close out for today?
No, I mean, really, I think you hit it on the head. I often say, look, I'm happy to help people getting off the couch for the first time, but that to me is like selling steak to vegetarians. The people that I want to talk to are the people who are plateauing. They're getting that bigger flashlight. They're trying more of the same thing and getting less results. Those are the people. The people who are dialed in and running efficient, you don't need to be tested. Congratulations, you got it figured out. And you can figure it out with experimentation. But if you want a shortcut or if you want a confirmation or a validation, genetic analysis is the absolute best way to go.
Well, Kurt, we will link, of course, to all of your information, to the promo offer that you're giving to our audience, and and to contact information if they want to get in touch with you directly. So, thank you so much for joining us on Second Act TV today, and I look forward to having you back. You're going to come back on when I get my results, and then you're going to, as you do for your customers, you explain results, or people on your team do, so we can show our audience kind of what that looks like and what they could expect. Sound good?
Before the reveal, I'd love to get your guess on that episode. That's one of my favorite things to do. Is you think about what you are, you tell me, and then we'll do the results live on air.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Our Second Act with Paige and Silka. Bye-bye. So glad you were able to join us today. For more information on simplified genetics and to get your own DNA test, I've supplied a link in the video description below. And if you haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Buttons right here. Thank you.